Hello everyone, it's Professor Albert Nigrin here to do another one of our filmmaker interviews for the New Jersey Film Festival, which will be taking place in the spring of 2026. Actually, it's really in the winter, but it'll be from January 23rd to February 22nd, which is part of the spring semester at Rutgers University where we're based. We do in-person screenings in Voorhees Hall, room 105, which is located at 71 Hamilton Street in New Brunswick, New Jersey. We're also doing online screenings, and films are shown for 24 hours on their show date, and then there's an in-person screening either at 5 p.m. or 7 p.m. Today we have Louis Cacchione, who did a wonderful film, very timely film called Arrested at Delaney Hall, which focuses on a standoff at an immigrant detention center in Newark, where Ras Baraka, the mayor of Newark, was arrested. And you probably heard about that in the news, but Lou's here to tell us a little bit about his film, which is really an eye-opening. We're there, so much more than what you see on the, cable news. And I thought, wow, this is a really eye-opening experience. Tell us a little bit about how you got involved in this project.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be selected for the New Jersey Film Festival. As a New Jersey native, I've been familiar with this festival for a long time, so to be here is really excellent. I'm from Harrison, New Jersey. I live there presently, and it's right across the water from Newark. And Newark, in the immigration, the immigration landscape that we're in today, Newark was the beginning point for the entire operation. Delaney Hall, which is the ICE detention center in Newark, is a mile from Newark Airport. And it was an optimal location for ICE to pick, and they decided that they would open this facility first. So hearing that in January, February of 2025, I knew that there was going to be conflict here. I knew that Newark was a liberal city, a sanctuary city with many undocumented immigrants, and I knew that an ICE detention center in this city was going to cause conflict. So with that information, I went there with my camera, just me, a camera, and a top mic, and I began shooting. The first event was a protest that the mayor was featured at, and that was in February. And it was months before I went back there to return. In between February and May, not a lot happened, and I kind of forgot about the story for a little bit. But by May, the city was surprised that the facility was up and running without the permission from the city, without the proper permits required. And Ras Baraka went back to confront him about it, and I knew that I had to go back and follow him with my camera.
How did you know that specific moment when he was going to be there? Just word of mouth? Or?
There are many immigrant watch groups in Newark that I had met at the first protest. And their goal and their mission is to communicate ICE information to the public as quickly as possible. And they're communicating to undocumented residents who need to know about ICE's whereabouts. They're communicating to the news so that the news is aware of what's going on and that there's some type of level of transparency in these films. So after connecting with them, I was asking them repeatedly.
So you knew. So you knew. Was there any danger when you were filming?
No, I felt safe knowing that the mayor was there and that the mayor's security was there and that Newark police was there. Again, this was one of the first ICE operations in the country. Nobody really understood at this point what ICE's intentions were, how physical that they were going to be with the community. So this was really a learning experience in the moment, yeah.
There's a lot of different types of footage. I mean, there's actually some body cam footage too. How did you get access to that?
The body cam footage, this is really interesting. Several different aspects of this altercation are being litigated. And I'm not going to comment on the litigation. They're being properly litigated by the proper channels. But through those proper channels, through the courts, there are media entries into the record. So through those criminal charges that are being pressed against various officials, a lot of body cam footage was released from the ICE agents. And it's really eye-opening in terms of how ICE operates amongst themselves when the cameras aren't rolling or when they think the cameras aren't rolling. The type of authority they think they have, the type of authority they know they don't have.
With impunity,
but they continue to exercise anyways. This film, like you were saying, it's very verite. The goal here was to make it as verite as possible. I wanted you to feel like you were standing on the street next to the mayor, watching him interact with these agents in real time. And through that endeavor, I think you get a really good sense of how federal agencies interact, how state agencies interact, and how those agencies interact with each other.
Right.
There's a lot of people, there's a lot of moving parts, and the communication breakdown and the lack of communication becomes very clear. I mean, these are the highest officials in our country, in our government, and you get a really eye-opening look at how they interact with each other.
Now, you weren't the only person filming too. You said you had a crew. So how many other cameras did you guys have?
So for that first protest that I was telling you about, the event that led me into this, it was me and one other person. And he had shot second camera for that one event. The rest of the film, it was just me and my one camera. And I think that's the reason that you get the natural feel that this film has, that you're standing on the street. There's no second camera to cut to.
There's one overhead shot, though, that I remember.
There's a lot of footage from the Delaney Hall facility.
I see.
And that came through the courts as well.
So that's open source kind of material?
Yeah, it's all been released through the courts as a part of the defense.
Well, you did a masterful job weaving
Thank you.
all of these different types of footages together. It's an eye-opening experience, like I said at the beginning, that a kind of view of what took place that's much more thorough than the 20-second soundbite that you get on the news. And I think it's eye-opening also as a regular human being to see what's happening behind closed doors. Even though you don't go into Delaney Hall, you do get to see what takes place outside. And I think that it's chilling. It really is chilling. So, but
I think if I could just say one last thing.
Yes, of course.
I think my main goal with this film, having two sides that are so clearly butting heads, was to keep myself in the middle to a degree. Yes, I'm filming over the mayor's shoulder, but this is really an attempt to be as objective as possible.
Right.
We do a great deal to show the ISIS perspective and their footage and what's happening there. We show the protesters, the mayor. I'm not here to tell you what to form a conclusion about this event. I'm not here to say that it was right or wrong. It's really, I encourage everyone to watch this, to internalize it and form their own
When
conclusion.
you said vérité, it's vérité from the French means truth, and there was a movement called cinéma vérité. I thought it was more direct cinema, since there's really no narration. You're just an observer, and you're basically documenting the event. And I think, like I said before, you did a great job. So, thank you so much,
Thank
Lou.
you very much,
folks. This movie is going to be playing as part of a short documentary program, and there'll be a series of interviews. You've probably seen one already with John Decker. We're showing his film Portrait of a Monastery, and you're going to be seeing Trina's film, which is Trina Bardusco's film, A Way to Be Together, which is about the immigrant community in Lambertville. So we have all these wonderful Jersey filmmakers that we're going to be showing off on Saturday, January 24th at 7 p.m. in the evening. And there'll be a Q&A so you can interact with the filmmakers themselves, or you can watch at home online for 24 hours on that day. So thanks again. Lovely meeting you.
Yeah, thank you very much.